There are three kinds of people who have sleep apnea, kind of in general. The first kind are the folks who can't sleep, right? The second is the folks who can't sleep enough. And the third are the folks who sleep just fine. And you can be in all of these categories at the same time. Now, when you are somebody who sleeps just fine, it can be really hard to wrap your head around, why should I bother treating this when it's not a sleep problem for me? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Because if it's not a sleep problem for you, it's likely a problem or going to be a problem for you in some other way. Now, everybody thinks it says sleep apnea, so I must have a sleep problem. No, you can sleep just fine. The problem is you're not breathing right when you're sleeping. And so if you sleep just fine, it can be a lot more difficult to figure out, okay, well, why am I going to treat this thing if I don't have any symptoms from it? Now, I recently saw a post on a Facebook group for CPAP users, and the person put this question out. They were like, I was really upset and discouraged when I found out that A, I had sleep apnea, and B, I needed to treat it, and C, P.S., I didn't have any symptoms. And so very soon into their therapy, they've come onto this platform and they were like, I'm so discouraged. And my response in that thread was, you can have sleep apnea and still sleep just fine, right? Also, you probably have symptoms that are related to the sleep apnea, but they may not be the symptoms you assume are related to the sleep apnea. So nightmares, frequent bathroom breaks. We already talked about can't sleep and can't sleep enough, right? Waking up with headaches in the morning, shortness of breath during the day. Like, these are things that can be related to untreated sleep apnea. So we have our short-term goals, which is usually symptom related. So if you're miserable, like the right level of miserable, treating your sleep apnea can really help with some of that misery stuff. Doesn't help with everything, right? But it can really help with the misery stuff. And once the sleep apnea is treated, it's optimally treated, like it's totally covered, then we can go back and go, okay, well, what else is there left to do? Because sometimes there's not that much left to do. If you're somebody who doesn't really have a lot of symptoms, then it's time to go on the hunt. So what are some things or what are some symptoms that are probably related to you not breathing right when you're sleeping? And maybe they might not be the things that you expect. Regardless of whether you're somebody who has symptoms from your sleep apnea or you're like, I sleep fine, I don't really know why I need to do this. Regardless of that, the important part is you get to decide what your goalpost is made out of. Is it made out of a goal to have less bathroom breaks overnight? Is it made out of a goal of protecting your heart from atrial fibrillation or your brain from a future stroke or dementia? Because we know there's connections there. So you get to decide what that goalpost is made out of. You also get to decide where on the field the goalpost is placed. So if you are somebody you're looking at, I just want to feel better right now, that goalpost is going to be a heck of a lot closer than if your goal is actually, I want to prevent a catastrophic health event down the line. Right? So you get to choose that, which I think is super cool. Now, if you're still like, I don't really understand, like, what's my goalpost supposed to be made of because I sleep fine and I don't have any health problems right now and I'm not really worried about health problems in the future, then that's a great time to talk with whoever is involved in that process of diagnosing and managing your sleep apnea to go, okay, what does my baseline look like before treatment? Like, what was the reason that we wanted to get this testing done in the first place? And are any of those reasons things we can expect to improve once we have the treatment on board? So some people, especially the folks who are the right level of miserable, if we get their CPAP dialed in just right, they can notice serious improvements in how they feel pretty quickly. Like some people, they go for a night in the sleep lab to dial in their settings and they're like, when can I get my machine? Like, I need it. Whereas other people are like, oh, I just don't want to have to do this. Why? I just don't want to, right? And so some folks, you can feel really good really quickly, and other folks, it takes a while to start to pick out what's different. Okay. So when I worked in someone else's sleep medicine clinic, we'd meet with people 6 weeks after starting on CPAP. And I'd always say, so how's it going? Number one. And number two, what's different? Right? Has your energy level changed? Has your Epworth Sleepiness Scale score improved? Have your dreams changed? How many bathroom breaks overnight? Are you still waking up with headaches or leg cramps or brain fog? Like, pick a thing. And notice most of those things don't really have a whole lot to do with actual sleep. Like brain fog, how does that relate to sleep, right? I mean, we know it does, but if you aren't really putting the two together, you might go, well, that doesn't have anything to do with my sleep. How I function during the day, or my focus level, or shortness of breath during the day. Yeah, that's a thing. Some people, they treat their sleep apnea and they're less short of breath during the day. And I don't know about you, but I a lot of times take for granted the fact that I can breathe just fine, at least while I'm awake, right? So if you're somebody who's been diagnosed with sleep apnea and you're like, I just don't understand, I'm really not happy about this development, I don't have any symptoms, this is dumb, why do I need to treat this? I hope you got some value out of this conversation, because at the end of the day, there's the short-term gains and the long-term goals, and only you can figure out what your goalpost is going to be made out of and where it's going to sit on your field of success.